So we are live, and you're the one that created the SPTV like chart that shows you
Which
the
chart?
list.
What? No, I didn't. I'm not responsible for helping to create the SPTV website.
No, but just the part that shows live channels.
No, that's not me.
Oh, okay.
That was somebody else.
All right, well, that was.
I'm pretty sure that was Bridget.
Oh, okay. Well, that was pretty cool. All right, so you want to go? You gonna...
Sure.
All right.
Let me know.
So I'm already live. Scientology is a cult. Make sure they pay their taxes. You know, you pay a lot of taxes here in Connecticut. Scientology is a cult. Scientology is a cult.
Let me know when you're ready for this.
Get Scientology out of your neighborhood. Okay. So we got
Should I pull like
Hey
a?
Fuzzy, hey Patty.
Should I pull like a Good Morning Vietnam type thing?
Yeah, whatever. We have ScientoloGeek here.
What up, everybody?
And she's doing a follow-up from her last protest here at the New Haven Less Than Ideal Org. All right.
All right. Gotta like take a breather. Time for muster. Divisions 1 through 7.
Divisions 1 through 7.
I want to start by acknowledging that the
There's only
last
like 4
time I
people in
was
the
here,
building.
about probably 6 months ago, I may have come across as too hostile or confrontational. For my behavior, I sincerely apologize. My intention has never been to create animosity or invalidating your beliefs and efforts. I understand the hard work and dedication that you all put into the goals of forwarding Scientology, and I respect the amount of commitment that each of you show every day. Today, I stand before you with a different approach. My goal is to engage in some respectful dialogue if you're willing to come out here and talk. Of course, communication is the universal solvent.
No, take
And
this
I
so
wish
first.
to share some observations that I believe are worth considering. I hope that by presenting these points, they can encourage further reflection and understanding, even if it's only within yourself.
This is ScientoloGeek. All right, we're communications, universal solvent, right, sir? How are you doing today? You want to talk about Danny Masterson?
Nope.
It's not. Oh well.
I was gonna say, should I start with policy, tech, things to think about, or staff related?
I don't know. I mean,
It's up to you.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out what divisions 1 through 7 are. How are you doing today, sir?
HCO division, that's HR and personnel. Division 2 is dissemination. 3 is treasury. 4 is technical division, so that's all your auditing. 5 is qualifications, so that's your quality assurance. 6 is the public division, and then 7 is executive.
Okay. I thought like the registrar people. Those are the ones that get the money, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
I
those
think
ones we're most
they have
concerned
Div
about.
6s and Div 2s.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to figure out where to start though. It's like I've got 9 pages worth of points.
Oh my God. Well,
Oh, you know what? I'll start with the Code of Honor.
Code of Honor sounds like a place.
Code of Honor.
Okay.
Never desert.
It's a cult. Scientology is a cult. Be careful,
Danger or
Scientology.
trouble.
Be careful of your children who put in your Scientology. All right. Woo! Scientology is a cult. Scientology is a cult. Hey, Flapper Squirrel, how you doing? Scientology is a cult.
Number 2, never withdraw allegiance once granted. You are not
Scientology is a
allowed to
cult. Scientology is a cult. Make them pay their taxes like you do.
person enters a destructive group
Scientology is a cult.
mentally trapped. I'm sure some of you feel the same way, even
Woo!
if you refuse to say
Scientology is a cult.
it. Number 3, never desert a group to which you owe your support. If
Yes,
the
sir.
person
Styles,
does not
welcome
want
in.
to be part
You
of this
scooter, Mom.
group, they should be able to leave if they wish with no guilt tripping, shaming, just a clean exit. Whether you owe your support to a group or not is completely subjective, and in the church's view, involves financially exploiting members for as much as they can. 4, never disparage
This is
yourself
the,
or minimize your strength or power.
Less Than Ideal Org of New Haven,
Power
Connecticut.
they have over you and your life is the power that
Scientology.
you let them have. Take your autonomy.
Scientology is a cult. It's a cult. Be careful. It's a dangerous cult.
back.
Danny Masterson's in prison for a reason. Be careful when you're around these folks.
If you see an out point, speak out. Do not let anyone
Scientology is a cult. Scientology is a cult.
Scientology's insistence on accepting Hubbard's teachings without question, even if they contradict scientific or historical facts, also counts as compromising your own reality.
Thanks, Scooter Mom.
Number 6, never permit your affinity to be alloyed.
Holly's like really close to 1,000 subs. If you can go ahead and just subscribe to her channel at some point, that'd be really cool.
With this point. Number 7,
It's a cult! It's a cult!
do not receive or give or receive communication unless you yourself desire it. If you do not wish to talk with someone, if you do not wish to be regged, if you are trying to leave and are sick of constantly being contacted, you have the ultimate right to block and ignore. You do not have to answer them. You have the right to say no.
No means no.
Your self-determinism and your honor are more important than your immediate life. It's not self-determinism when you're constantly being hounded for money or being sent to ethics. If you do not wish to take part in the church, then don't. Your self-determinism and honor is more important than wasting your life away in an organization that may not really have your best interests at heart. Oh shit, my throat's getting like dry.
You need maybe a drink of water?
Yeah, I gotta go grab the waters on the benches.
Water break, water break. It's a cult! It's a cult! Careful, it's a cult! Careful when you drive by the cult! Grifter cult! Beep beep, it's a grifter cult! They're here to take your money. Not really clearing the planet very well. Whitney Mills gave him over $200,000 and she ended up dead. Lisa McPherson was OT, she ended up dead. Take your money and do nothing.
It's more important than your body. Don't neglect your own health or well-being so you can remain in good standing with the church.
Thanks,
or
Patty.
You can continue working for pennies
Holly
on staff
one
or
step
in the
closer.
SO. Never regret yesterday. Life is
Ooh,
in you
it's a
today,
cult,
and
it's a
you
cult,
make
be
your
careful,
tomorrow.
it's a cult.
Make your tomorrow by leaving and not letting them dictate how you live your life. Never fear to hurt another in a just
All
cause.
right, yeah, have a good weekend. Got a little bit of participation from the neighborhood today. It's a cult. Don't forget about Whitney Mills. Don't forget about Lisa McPherson.
Stalking and intimidation of former members. Be your own advisor. Be your own counsel. Select your own decisions.
Beep beep, come on, sir.
Don't let someone or something else run your life. Make your own decisions for your own reasons, not because other people want you to. My last point here is be true to your own goals. Don't let the church's demands and
Beware the grifter cult.
override your personal goals and life aspirations. And that's the code of honor.
That's the code of honor.
I'm gonna ask them. Yo, guys, should I do policy, tech, stuff to think about, or something staff related?
Okay, do we have any answers here from the
I don't know what
crew?
prison's latency is on streams.
Yeah, I think it's about 10 seconds. We checked that with
That's it?
the
Wow,
other
that's not
pit.
bad.
Yeah,
I've never used
it's a call. It's a call. Be careful when you're near the grifter call. All they want is your money. They're not even clearing the planet for whatever that meant. Policy. They're talking. We got 2 votes for policy. Fluffer, Squirrel, and Scooter Mom say policy.
All right, let's do policy.
Okay,
It's going to be stuff that I've covered before, so some of this may look a little familiar to you.
so your vote counts here.
If you, as staff, are always blamed for being downstat, while management or the church's public reputation is never questioned, you may be experiencing thought control.
And a cult.
In the leaving and leaves policy, LRH states that leaving an org and informing others of doing so is a suppressive act, attributing such actions to overall
All right.
with justification seen as third-party actions or false reports. In the everyday world, people are free to leave jobs or organizations and share their reasons without being labeled destructive.
It's a cult. Bad news. All right. All right. Neighborhood participation. Thank you.
Without being automatically labeled suppressive, just as they would be able to in any other part of the WOG world.
The WOG world, that's where we live.
HCO policy 12
All right.
1975.
Beep, beep, letting.
Ideal org. Yours is right down the street. Hasn't been touched in 20 years since purchase.
20 years, word.
LRH describes an ideal org as having enough space to train, process, and administrate without crowding, with no mention of large, expensive buildings. Given that many orgs are actually underutilized, wouldn't it make more sense for ideal orgs to be smaller and better suited to local needs, rather than focusing on large, costly facilities?
Let's face it, you don't have the staff for the big building. No staff and no money.
HCO policy 22 March 1965. LRH set the lifetime membership fee at $75, which would be about $735 today, clearly showing his intent to keep membership.
Gee, there was a few
accessible.
that weren't.
However, the current IAS lifetime membership
And you notice here, there's a lot of parking. A lot of times they'll park here along this road, and we don't see anyone yet, anyway.
membership broadly accessible.
Wow.
HCO policy 24 February 1964 called org programming.
Beware the grifter calls.
LRH specifically advises against fundraising, emphasizing that org solvency should come from more Scientology, not external activities like sales or events. Given the current emphasis
Grifter call.
on fundraising, shouldn't the focus be on expanding Scientology through delivering services as was originally intended by Source?
Holly has some
Open-mindedness.
Scientology gear on today. That's
to learn and adjust beliefs
I think a
when
flag
we discover new
jacket
truths.
and then a
Hubbard's
Scientology
KSW
t-shirt.
policy. I know every
That makes this
single one
a lot
of you
more
have
funny
read
when you
that
realize that.
multiple times over. This policy pushes for a more closed mindset, discouraging
Yeah,
anything
most of these
that
orgs
challenges the
don't
beliefs
really have that
of
many
the group.
people.
Hubbard says to never have an open
This is supposed to be an ideal org. Keep that in mind.
So don't you think that real spiritual freedom
I don't
should
think
involve being
we
open
saw
to
one
new
person
ideas
walk
and
in, but
information if it helps lead
they
to
probably don't have more than 5 or 6 people at max.
Alright, so I finished the policy. I'm
All
hopping on
right,
a tech.
woo! Policy. The policy is to scam. Go ahead. All right. You rock. Have a good weekend, ma'am.
Newcomers are often told
It's a
that they're
grifter
welcome
cult.
by
They don't pay their taxes like you do. Woo!
However, in Dianetics, the modern science of mental health, book
I
2,
don't know. Does the
chapter
Tesla have a
5,
horn? Grifter cult. All right. Enjoy your Tesla. Have a nice day.
sexuality as a form of sexual perversion and categorizes it as a physical
Grifter
illness.
cult. Be careful, grifter
Given
cult.
that this terminology
All right.
remains in
Woo!
this day, how does the church reconcile the outward perception of inclusivity versus the statements given in Dianetics?
Just so you can see the sign.
LRH teaches that Scientology has the technology.
Hey, Lord, I found. Welcome in.
Handle suppression, and that communication
Here with Holly.
is the
Holly's
universal solvent. Given these tools, I'm
rocking it
curious
today.
why Scientologists
She's got her
often seem
Scientology
unable
gear on, too.
or unwilling to engage in open and honest conversations. If this tech truly worked, wouldn't
Scientology's a cult.
resolve disagreements through effective communication?
Careful, it's a grifter cult. Drive by, don't stop.
Of the Human Mind Congress on the 31st of December 1960.
Grifter cult.
LRH warned
All right.
against putting too much importance on buildings, saying, when buildings, I'm going to quote this,
This is
when
LRH.
buildings get important to us, for God's sake, will some of you born revolutionists please blow up Central Headquarters?
Laura, do you have any
End quote.
comments for
With
our
that in
friends
mind,
here
do you
at the
ever
Listen
wonder
Ideal
how
Org?
Kurt Busch remarked expensive work buildings
Hey, Amy, welcome in.
LRH said? Seems like he was more concerned with the mission than the buildings themselves, unlike COB. HCO Bulletin, 24 February 1972, CS Series 71A, Word Clearing OCAs. LRH states, we don't give a hoot and hell if the PC understands the test or not. Word clearing being a core aspect of study tech, wouldn't allowing test takers to clear MUs during the test result in more accurate and reflected outcomes in line with LRH's original emphasis on word clearing. External auditing is required to fix it. Why should the PC lose paid time from their intensive?
It's a cult.
In the
It's a
outside
cult.
world,
Make them pay their
when
taxes.
lawyers or contractors make errors, they're responsible for correcting them at no extra cost. It feels like this policy is just a way for the church to bring in more money rather than prioritizing the well-being of anyone.
It's a cult.
LRH's essay on integrity. He defines personal integrity as knowing what you know and having the courage to say what you have observed. This emphasizes the importance of being truthful about one's experiences. However, when Scientologists report negative experiences, they often face backlash, being labeled as mistaken or accused of having overts. Shouldn't the focus be on addressing the actual issues raised rather than invalidating your own experience?
All right, we
In
got
the
some
creed
deliveries.
of the Church of Scientology,
This is
it
the
states
first time
that,
this has
quote,
happened.
all men have inalienable rights to think freely, to talk freely, to write freely their own opinions, and to counter or utter or write upon the opinions of others. However, members often face consequences for expressing negative comments, while positive viewpoints are freely shared. If Scientology values personal and spiritual freedom, shouldn't all viewpoints be allowed without fear of repercussions? Staff, how does it feel to constantly hear that your stats are never enough, no matter how hard you work? Being told that your efforts fall short time after time must be painful. I know you're doing your best, and feeling inadequate is
It's
not
a cult,
your fault.
sir. It's a cult.
This kind of pressure can lead to self-degradation for things that are often beyond your control. Sometimes the why is indeed God. The supreme test of a Thetan is his ability to make things go right. When you're trying your best as staff to get Scientology to expand, but things still aren't working, it might be time for an outpoint analysis on management. How many times?
All right. Woo!
How many times have you as staff tried achieving solutions by the book only for them to fail?
Yeah, that's
As
right.
staff,
Amy's
have you
right.
ever
Sorry, I
felt
missed
like
Geek's
you were
comment.
pressured to take
This is
advantage
Holly,
of
or
people
ScientoloGeek.
just to get your stats up? The reason behind the grueling work hours is clear.
It's a cult. It's a cult. Careful. Keep your family safe. Stay away from the cult. It's a grifter cult.
When given space,
Here to take your money.
individuals are more likely to have cognitions about their own lives and question whether the group truly serves their best interests. By restricting free time, he's calling you in because they can't confront.
Let's go down, guys. Want to confront Shadows? I didn't know they were moving
They
out.
just pulled him in
Ah.
because he came outside to sit.
I was looking at traffic. I missed a couple of Scientologists almost came outside.
By restricting your free time, church effectively limits your ability to fully reflect on whether staying within the organization is the right choice.
Holly's got all of her facts today, though, so we may want to avoid her.
Members from having time to think independently. When you're not allowed to make decisions without asking the church for permission, your life might be more controlled than you realize. It's important to
Maria,
regain
welcome in.
your autonomy.
It's a cult. It's a cult.
Leaving the group results in being told
Make
that
the
your
cult pay its
relationships
taxes.
for eternity are at risk. It's possible that you are being pressured in ways designed to keep you from making your own choices. How can Scientology promote free thinking if problem solving is always based on what would Ron do? Instead, try asking yourself, what would I do? True freedom comes from thinking for yourself, not simply following
Thanks, Johnny.
LRH's example. All right, I need a break. I need
All
just
right,
a voice break.
yay. Show him your t-shirt.
I got Final Blackout. This was given to me by the great Patty Mower. Thank you very much.
Patty, you see this. Thank you. That was very cool.
And the jacket
See
around
that?
my waist is from the IAS.
Yes, Scientology jacket, Scientology t-shirt. think we got you a couple subs here.
All right, this one's going to be about the tech.
Oh, I have to get my water. I have to get my water checked. We're going to take a quick break here. I left my water bottle on the other side of this street. Yeah, I'm just going to grab it. Yeah, so you can see that they're not exactly, it's not exactly a full house back there. That's their parking lot. This is a teeny tiny cult. They got a teeny tiny cult leader. They have no cash. This is the Connecticut shoreline. If you look where New Haven is, I mean, if you were in Scientology, you'd say probably it's a disgrace that they haven't raised any money. This reflects how crappy an organization they are.
What scientific process requires writing a success story to proceed to the next step, particularly when it includes obligatory thanks to LRH and COB? How often have you written success stories only because you were forced to? This practice of idolization closely resembles what is often seen in other high control groups.
Yeah, me too, Amy.
If the focus is truly on personal progress and truth, shouldn't achievements speak for themselves without the need for public expressions of gratitude in a prescribed manner?
How are you doing today, sir? You know about Scientology?
Their face on coach is frequently used to prevent staff from
Yeah, it's really bad
emotion.
news. They try to bring people in, take all their money, and then they won't let them leave.
Members are often left without a healthy outlet for their
They've been
feelings.
refusing to pay taxes.
For example, Greece
They killed
is a
two
natural
women, Lisa
human
McPherson,
response when a family member
Whitney
dies.
Mills. These are
Yet
members who
expressing it at
paid
work is
hundreds of
discouraged.
thousands of dollars
And
to
I
get all the way to the
understand
top,
you're supposed to
and
keep
then
that
they
public
ended up dying.
We know those things go on.
Yeah, it's crazy. They won't let you talk to your family. They call it disconnection. They make you disconnect from your family.
Yeah.
It's just rotten. We're just trying to let everyone know in the
Yeah,
neighborhood.
let people know.
Yeah, man. Take it easy. Have a good weekend.
Might actually be counterproductive to long-term well-being and effectiveness on
Someone
your
has a
own.
doggy, but I didn't see a doggy.
I'll cover the reasons that Hubbard is an SP later.
Whoa. Well, that's interesting. That'd be a very interesting topic.
Every Scientologist at some point experiences a feeling that something isn't fully in alignment with source. You've been trained to suppress these thoughts.
Grifter cult. Be careful of grifter cult.
Ethics,
Grifter cult.
But that is a natural function of a healthy analytical mind. Your concerns are valid and essential to maintaining integrity as a Thetan. Trust your intuition and your ability to perceive what is true for you. If Scientology services were more affordable, Scientology families would be
All right. Woo! Have a good weekend.
Families would be more inclined to have children and assist them in progressing up the bridge.
Give us
The
a
higher
little
cost
beep
of
beep.
services
Just
is
a little
significant
beep
factor,
beep.
limiting the number of children Scientologists can afford to have, as much of
Beep,
their
beep.
resources are allocated toward advancing on the bridge.
They won't give us a beep beep. They
The
must
church
be.
truly aimed for greater expansion.
On the same
it would
team as
lower
Scientology.
the cost of services, enabling more beings to go free and creating a larger second dynamic to support future generations. Look in your technical dictionaries. Look for the definition of the price of freedom. This is defined by Hubbard. as
Pretty high,
constant
Scientology.
constant willingness to fight back. There is no other price. Is your dignity worth fighting for? How many times have you felt like you were stuck on post against your will? How many times have you felt like you were being held hostage? And then this one is one related to end phenomena of Scientology processes.
Oh.
If
Pretty new.
PCs are briefed on auditing and the expected EP before session, how can their responses, cognitions, VGIs
Oh,
be
how about
genuine?
that, sir?
Sorry, don't worry.
You have a
This
good
could be
weekend.
seen as evaluating for the PC, something that auditors are clearly not allowed to do on the auditor's code. If Scientology is a science, ensure authentic results by allowing PCs to experience their own cognitions without pre-established expectations. I'm going to cover some of the axioms from Advanced Procedure and Axiom.
All right, wow, Holly did her homework.
You're constantly encouraged as staff to think big and to think in futures to achieve long-term expansion. Yet, per Axiom 164, the definition of neurotic is being stuck in present time, unable to project forward. So how are staff expected to operate at cause over their post when management enforces a one-week stat-driven time frame? This neurotic focus
Thanks,
on
Cryptomera.
immediate stats keeps you stuck
Dark
in
Pixie.
present time, preventing real planning and expansion. As a Thetan who has lived countless lifetimes, how does it feel knowing that some of your present life choices
It's
are
called-
being swayed by Scientology's policies and procedures? You're told to think for yourself and operate from your own knowingness, yet at the same time you're expected to follow the church's strict guidelines and ethics codes. Is it possible to achieve full self-determinism while operating under these restrictive rules? Wouldn't true freedom
Thanks,
mean
Amy.
having the ability to make your own decisions
I have no
without
idea how to
any
do this.
external influence? Trying to figure out where I should go next. Because I'll save logic number 6 for last because it kind of tears down their whole...
Oh, okay.
I'll tell
Well,
you. I'll show you right now.
LRH is
one here.
SP. It sounds like dessert.
Logic 6, absolutes are unobtainable. So then how can the analytical mind and Dianetics perfectly record everything? I'll cover that one.
See how that goes.
Logic number 8 states that a datum can be evaluated only by a datum of comparable magnitude. If Scientology's scientific claims are to be evaluated, they should be judged against the magnitude of mainstream science. Logic number 9. A datum is as valuable as it has been evaluated. Yet individuals are often reduced to numbers and judged solely on stats and production.
Oh, boo. All
This
right,
is a
thank you.
shallow way of
You gave us a
measuring
thumbs
your
up. I thought
self-worth,
they would just support us.
stripping people of their humanity and complexity. True value cannot be summarized in numbers on a line graph. No one should be dehumanized for not meeting arbitrary standards. Logic 10.
Oh, okay, Amy. Appreciate that. I have no idea how that works. Sometimes I just put a hashtag in the sentence knowing nothing about it.
So why are Scientologists expected to accept claims that don't align with established science?
It's a
history,
call!
or
Come on!
True knowledge must align with reality, not just ideology.
Little drinky drink. It's warming up out here. It was pretty cold this morning. We both had jackets on, but
Yeah, it got, now that the sun's kind of overhead, it's just beating down. Probably shouldn't have worn black. Some sweat in my eye.
yeah, but
know what?
that's a pretty cool shirt. So I think I would probably wear it
Logic
if I had to.
14. Factors introduced into a problem or solution which do not derive from natural law, but
Sorry,
only
just
from
stepping down to get a drink.
authoritarian command aberrate
Twitter
that
for 10
problem
years.
or
Holy
solution.
cow! You must really know Twitter, Amy.
Management imposes arbitrary orders, rules,
Go ahead and throw up your
codes
handle if
on
you want. Or maybe
distorting
Scooter
the
Mom
truth
has to do
and
it.
creating confusion.
Hey, Lexi,
But real progress
welcome in.
and understanding can only come from natural,
This was
just
Holly.
principles,
Holly
not
or
from authoritarian
Scientology.
control that management exercises over
We're in Scientology New Haven.
staff.
This is the Less Than Ideal Org. Despite being Connecticut, they can't raise
A
any money,
being's worth
and they got
is not
almost no
measured
members.
by quotas
But they still
or
wanted to have an ideal org.
You are more than your production units. When staff are invalidated or suppressed for failing to
It's a
meet
call.
standards, it creates an oppressive
on.
environment that disregards personal ethics.
Yeah, fucking cold.
You got it, buddy. You got it.
Nice.
The rapists, too.
You the man. All right. Have a good weekend.
You too.
Thanks.
I hate Scientology. They're fucking faggots.
Yeah, wait till you actually look into their doctrine and see how many contradictions there
I
are.
already did.
Scientology, no one likes you out here. I've been here all summer. No one likes you. Why is that?
In Scientology, you're judged by your stats, not your worth as a person. But according to Axiom 193, the best solution should ensure the highest survival across all your dynamics. It's not just about ignoring your first or second dynamics. It's about the fact that the optimum survival solution should optimize across all 8 of your dynamics. By prioritizing organizational stats over your own well-being, you're undermining the balance and survival of every dynamic involved. True survival must enhance all areas of life.
That's about it, Amy. That's about what it is.
Dynamics. If you spend more time studying KSW than you spend with your own family, you might be a Scientology staff member.
Especially if you're broke.
Yeah, right? If your stats are a more important number than your own age, you might be a staff member. If you call working 15 hours a day, 7 days a week for almost no pay a privilege, you might be a Scientology staff member. If you don't know where your next meal is coming from,
That's really deep.
you might be a Scientology staff member. If you're afraid to show your unhappiness in front of other people, you might be a Scientologist. If you've been told to think in futures while being neurotically focused on this week's stats, you might be a Scientology staff member. If you've ever handed over your paycheck for the greater good, you might be a Scientologist.
How does David Miscavige spend that paycheck?
If you've ever been yelled at or humiliated in front of your peers simply because you were down stat that week, you might be a Scientology staff member. If you've stayed up all night rewriting the same report 3 times just to avoid being assigned lower ethics conditions, you might be a Scientology staff member. If you've been told that your own personal suffering is just an out-ethics situation that you need to handle, you might be a Scientology staff member. If you've ever convinced yourself that being locked in a room until you find your crimes is a fair process, you might be a Scientologist. If you've watched your friends get declared and thought, better them than me, you might be a Scientology staff member. Or a Scientologist in general. If you've ever ignored a call from your parents because you were supposedly disconnected from them,
Yeah, very
because
powerful.
you know that talking to them could get you into trouble, you might be a Scientologist. Reach out to your family. Reach out to your friends that you haven't talked to. Reach out to everyone you can. Someone is willing to help, and someone is always willing to listen.
How you doing today? Oh,
Okay.
goes to the water.
Sorry about that.
That's all right. You know about Scientology? That's why we're here, to tell people about Scientology.
Well, we're here to tell them how much of a destructive cult it is. But
Yeah, exactly
Keep
right.
doing what you're doing.
Thank you.
Thanks.
We will.
You gotta stay away. It's a grifter cult. They'll take your money and keep you away from your friends and family.
If you feel out exchange, no matter how much you
You guys do
contribute,
you.
you might be a Scientologist.
Thank you. Have a good weekend, sir.
If you've been told that reporting abuse is counter-intention, you might be a Scientologist. If you wanting to leave lands you in a sec check rather than a goodbye party,
Yeah, Holly spent a lot of time
you
on
might
this.
be a Scientologist. If you've ever been called selfish for wanting to take 1 day off of work in order to spend time with your loved ones, you might be a Scientology staff member. If you've been punished for expressing any sort of doubt, you might be a Scientology staff member or a Scientologist in general. If a good day is one where you're not having your face
How you
ripped
doing? We're just
off,
protesting Scientology
you
today.
might be a Scientology staff member.
What is this about?
Anti-Scientology protest.
Yeah.
You have a good day.
You
You
too.
too, sir.
If you've ever been punished for mistakes that aren't yours, for statistics that you have no control over, you might be a Scientology staff member. If you've been told that personal relationships are a distraction to your post, you might be a Scientology staff member. And if you've ever resented the Regis because they make more money than you might be a Scientology staff member. HCO Policy 21 November 1968 called Senior Policy. LRH simply says the phrase, "We always deliver what we promise." Have they?
Oh, sorry about that.
Good. If one can pull in negative things in life because of their own overts, then what overts has the church committed to pull in protesters? I'll save the clear cognition for later.
Oh, okay. You know what's coming up then.
In studying the policy of the 23rd December 1965, I came across the statement that it's a high crime to publicly depart Scientology. I understand the importance of protecting the group's integrity, but I've also reflected on LRH's definition of personal integrity.
It's a
which
call!
again emphasizes
thought
the
maybe I could get that
ability
one.
to see what you observe and to say what you have observed. Given that integrity involves being able to speak openly, I'm curious about how this policy fits with the freedom to express one's
Alex,
personal
like, I don't
truth.
care about any protest. I'm going where I'm going.
In a group that values personal freedom
Oh, you know what?
and
This
personal
still has a
integrity
little bit
so
of a
deeply, wouldn't
pitch
the
to its
opportunity
floor,
to
okay.
share experiences, even when they involve departure, be an important part of maintaining personal and organizational integrity? Why would a group that you leave from still have power over what you say?
It's a call!
I wonder if they'll do anything because I'm about to mention this.
Oh, I was
The
getting to
clear
this one.
cognition. For any of you who have gone clear, you know what I'm talking about. For any of you who have not gone clear, I'm not going to say it. But, actually, you know what? I am going to say it.
Go ahead!
Clear cognition, if you want to save yourself about $50,000 minimum, is I've realized that I've been mocking up my own reactive mind, and I'm not doing it anymore.
Say it again!
Gotta remember how it started. The cognition, I repeat, is I've realized I've been mocking up my own reactive mind, and I'm not doing it anymore.
Alright.
This indicates that the reactive mind was never a real entity. However, this stands in direct opposition to Dianetics, where the reactive mind is
Hey, Mizzy,
composed of
welcome in.
engrams. Dianetics is built on the premise that these engrams must be audible and clear. But if the clear cognition implies that the reactive mind was only made up in your head, then what was the purpose of all your prior auditing? This creates a fundamental contradiction in Hubbard's teachings and raises questions about the scientific consistencies of your own doctrine. I need water.
That was great. We didn't get much reaction though. That kind of seems to be the case everywhere when we mention these concepts. They're mocking up my own reactive mind, and I'm not doing it anymore.
HCO Policy 13 September
know.
1978.
It's like they know the
L.
answer.
Ron Hubbard states, "There is so much bad in the best of us and so much good in the worst of
Call.
us that it ill behooves any of us to talk about the rest of us." How does this relate to us?
All right. Have a good
You
weekend, sir.
automatically considering us evil.
How you doing today, sir?
All right.
As
Good.
a staff member,
Beautiful
would
day
your
out.
pre-Scientology self be proud of where you are now? Are you happy to be working in this organization?
Hell no.
While you may say yes as a front, I understand that there may be some negative thoughts in that mind of yours, and that's okay. Doubt is completely normal. Logic number 6. Absolutes are unobtainable. This suggests that absolutes can't be achieved and everything operates on a scale of rightness or wrongness. This contradicts Hubbard's description of the analytical mind in Dianetics, which is portrayed as a flawless
All right. Woo!
recording experiences with 100% accuracy. If absolutes are truly impossible, then even the analytical mind must be prone to error. Combined with the reactive mind's known distortions, no mind, according to Hubbard's own words, can perfectly or objectively record experiences. Scientology presents its tech as universally applicable, not acceptable, and perfect. However, Logic 6 suggests that no system or technology can be completely flawless or infallible. This would encourage viewing the tech not as an absolute solution, but as something that may have limitations or ability to be improved upon.
Can we just get a beep beep from someone? All right. We've got some good neighbors here. They know about Scientology. It's a grifter
You
cult.
have undergone the HCOWW Security Form 7B.
Have a good weekend.
This confessional states explicitly that, quote, no part of it or any answer you make here will be disclosed to the police or the state, irrespective of the gravity of the confession. This policy reflects a disregard for legal obligations and public safety, as it suggests that even severe overs will
We're
not be
just protesting
reported to the
Scientology today.
By
You guys
placing
stay
the
away from them. They're
organization's self-preservation
really bad
above
cult.
legal accountability and the greatest
good.
good for the greatest number of
Have a good
dynamics.
weekend.
This position compromises the safety
Hey,
and
MD.
well-being of the broader third and
What's up?
fourth dynamics.
Got Holly, Scientology
Hello. All right, yeah, I'm gonna give myself a little bit of a longer break now
yeah,
because
Holly's
I'm
been
actually
doing-
approaching my last point.
geek. It's been 40 minutes worth of
minutes worth of
Scientology
yelling.
protesting. Here at the New Haven Less Than Ideal Org. One person walked in and someone almost came out to talk to Holly, but
Someone came out and sat right at that bench right there on the balcony on the patio, and then they immediately got pulled right back in.
yeah, I only saw the getting the pulled back in part.
Scientology is a cult.
And this picnic table is always here for whatever the reason. It's, you ever look at a picture of this place?
Woo!
It's a cult.
What were you saying? If you ever look at pictures of this,
Yeah, you always see this picnic table. Like,
Yeah.
I don't really know.
I don't think they use it.
I've never seen it used for anything. And the best I can think of is well, sorry, I just hit the camera. Like they're trying to block that path, and so they want you to come from that side.
Maybe.
Somehow
Or
that's
from
better
the
for them.
back, just in case there might be an entrance. Or no. They don't want you to come straight through here. They either want you to come through here, or they want you to come up that side there, around the side, and across the front.
Yeah, I don't. Oh, can you walk up to the porch? I guess maybe you can. Yeah, I don't know. There was one time I found like one flyer, one little booklet, a Way to Happiness booklet in the park over there.
Oh,
So
you did?
yeah, so I mean, I've never seen them out here like trying to bring anyone in or
Any body
hand out
routing?
stuff. But obviously, there was one day where they did something like that because I found that stuff out there. It's funny that a protester found it. It's a cult. Be careful, the grifter cult. They don't pay taxes. They're not trying to pay any federal taxes. No income taxes. You have to pay it though. It's totally unfair. You're totally getting screwed. Get Scientology out of your neighborhood.
Let me see what points I can bring up quick. 'Cause actually, I do want to say one more thing. You gotta find a good one though.
Yeah, MD, it's just a house.
I think
5,150 square feet. That's what the internet says anyway. I think it looks more like 4,000 square feet, but honestly, that's as much space as they need because this is a failing cult for sure.
Let's talk about some.
They don't have any money.
characteristics of
They don't have any
suppressive
members.
people. He or she speaks in very broad generalities. LRA
Nothing going on
often
here.
speaks in broad
If you notice, they don't have any cameras.
generalities.
They can't even afford a camera.
How often have you come across one of L. Ron Hubbard's works only to see
Usually
him briefly
Scientology's
mention something
got tons of
and
cameras
then
outside,
never
but
emphasize
they don't
on
have
it?
any out here.
He frequently dismisses entire fields of research based on a few minor faults.
Yeah, that's an apartment
Without
building there. It has
giving
nothing to do with
precise
Scientology,
details
except
as
that they
to
share
time,
a driveway.
place, form, and
over
event,
behind this
or
building.
how it's wrong. The same thing happens when he refers to critics and former members, using terms like religious bigot, merchant of chaos, or SP. Shouldn't you be looking at things more specifically, rather than relying on these sweeping labels?
Yeah, well, this used to be a doctor office, and that was a better use of this
Point
property.
2. such a person deals mainly in bad news, critical or hostile remarks,
Oh, thanks, Cindy. I didn't know you
invalidation,
did that.
or general
Appreciate it.
suppression. But if you look at LRH's writings, he often spoke very critically of those who opposed him or Scientology, using invalidating and harsh. He also warned heavily against the bog world and traditional mental health practices, to the point that could be considered fear-mongering. This persistent criticism and focus on fear might limit how you view the outside world. The antisocial personality alters to worsen communication when he or she relays a message or news.
Someone hot, but
Good news is stopped, and
Don't
only
fight
bad
it
news,
before you
often
decide to do it.
embellished, is passed along.
all right. Thank you.
LRH frequently portrayed himself and Scientology as constant victims of persecution, exaggerating and inventing external threats. He
It's a
used his
cult.
conspiracies to keep you all fearful and dependent. Your focus on external threats might be keeping you too afraid of the outside world. A characteristic and one of the sad things
Hey,
about
DT.
an antisocial personality is that it does not respond to treatment or reform. When you look at how LRH handled critical reports and legal challenges, it's clear he often doubled down on his positions rather than addressing and correcting potential issues. It makes me wonder, if there had been more willingness to acknowledge and adjust, could things have taken a different path? Next quote. Surrounding such a
All
person
right. Woo! Have a good weekend.
ill associates or friends who, when not
Grifter
treated
cult. It's a
actually
grifter
insane,
cult. Stealing your
are
money.
yet behaving in a crippled manner in life, failing and not succeeding. When you look at accounts from those close to LRH, especially from the SO, many reportedly lived under extreme stress and harsh conditions. This still seems to be the case today. Numerous Sea Org members and staff
All right. Yeah.
and the constant pressure they face. Doesn't it make you question why so many around him seem to
Let the
struggle
whole internet
under
know
such
that
intense
this is a good
conditions?
person who knows the grifter cult.
The antisocial personality
All right. Woo!
habitually selects the wrong target. Yet in many lectures, bulletins, and policies, LRH points to psychiatry, the media, and
All
external
right,
suppressive
yeah.
forces as the real causes of Scientology's problems.
Grifter cult. Be
So where
careful.
does the true source of the issues lie? Are staff responsible for the church's struggles, or is it these external suppressives? Seems like a contradiction worth considering. Most Scientologists may not be aware of some of LRH's more negative tendencies.
Yes, Holly's almost up to 1,000 subs. Maybe we can get her there.
In periods of seclusion, especially later in life, could suggest a hidden fear of others. His directives to aggressively handle
All
procedures
right.
is a reflection of this. If more Scientologists knew about this side of LRH,
This is where the grifter cult is. Look at these two dogs. They're so cute. Cuteness overload right here. Hey guys, how you doing? Stay away from the grifter cult. Stay away from the grifter cult.
characteristic of an antisocial personality is the belief that everyone else is an enemy, to be covertly
Puppy tech.
covertly or overtly destroyed. LRH often position those outside of Scientology, like critics,
It's a
ex-members,
cult.
psychiatrists, and governments.
This is
as
where the
enemies to
grifter
be
cult is.
handled or neutralized.
Grifter cult.
Do you
Oh,
ever
that's got
reflect
quite a bit of
on
equipment
how
on
his
the car.
writings frequently portray external groups as conspiring against you? One characteristic is the fixation that survival depends on keeping others down or keeping people ignorant. Scientology discourages members from seeking information about the group outside of approved materials and websites. This restriction on independent research reinforces the idea that the group's survival depends on limiting members' exposure to alternative perspectives. Could this be preventing true freedom of thought?
Hey Keith, welcome in.
LRH
See?
wrote, when such a personality goes insane, the world is full of
Got,
Martians or the
Holly,
FBI,
ScientoloGeek.
and each person met is one of these.
Been doing a speech for about
Data from former staff
45
members
minutes here.
suggested that Hubbard exhibited signs of paranoia, particularly later in life, believing that agencies like the FBI were conspiring against him.
It's a
in Scientology.
cult.
This fear
Grifter
led
cult.
This fear led to the creation of the Guardian's Office, which you now know as the
All
Office
right.
of Special Affairs, to counter these perceived threats. Do you ever question whether these
Here in New
fear-driven
Haven, less than
policies are
ideal
still
org.
relevant today, or if they
we're
serve
here
to
with Holly.
perpetuate unnecessary conflict? Self-criticism is a luxury the antisocial cannot afford.
All right. Woo!
When have you ever heard Hubbard admit that he was wrong? And that's that. That's the points. Every
All
single
right.
fucking one of them.
Yay.
Woo.
Yay.
Scientology is a cult.
What happened with Whitney Mills? She was OT8.
I don't think that would have mattered because she was down at Flag. They don't know any. They probably don't know anything about her. I figured anything meant more for management and from like other organizations. I'm not even gonna ask because they're gonna have no idea, and they're just gonna think it's black PR.
How come you guys can't open the org building? How come you had 20 years and you couldn't open it?
20 years to open this stupid building down the street when you know that you will never, ever have the money to afford it. To afford the
I don't know,
renovation.
Amy. I've never seen them try to do anything
How
anyway.
many people have you regged? How many countless nights have you stayed up into the early morning
All
in
right.
order to try to get your statistics up, in order to get higher GI?
All right. Woo!
How much does your FBO allocation truly allow you to have?
Hey, Papa Smurf. Welcome in. We've got Holly, ScientoloGeek. We're here at the New Haven Failing Org. 20 years and you can't open that building? That's a disgrace.
But consider this. While it may be a disgrace that that building has not been opened yet,
I'm
is it
appreciative of
your
it.
fault? Scientology's IAS war chest has over $1 billion in it, just waiting to be used. How come the church can't afford to spend that money on a new building that won't even take a dent out of that pocket?
How come no one's coming in for classes and auditing?
Well, they have her at like 2 or 3.
Yeah, for all day.
Yeah, right. And just for the hell of it, I'm going to do it again. The clear cognition, if you have not gone clear, is I have realized that I am mocking up my own reactive mind.
Mental
And
note,
I'm
don't
not
get Holly
doing
upset
that
with you.
anymore. That's all it takes for
Yeah,
you to
property
go
tax.
OT and to skip all of that.
To start though.
That's how much money you can save. You can save a minimum of $50,000 worth of intentions.
Boston should take note.
Just because of that one statement. I'm trying to think of
Boston raised $37 million. How much have you guys raised? And you're on the shoreline?
You say Boston raised the money, but their building still isn't ideal.
Well, but they have 37 million.
Oh yeah.
These
Well,
people-
How much of that do you think went back to the mother church in Florida, or like CSC
36
or
million?
something? Did they take about half the income to send back to the mother
I wouldn't be
church?
surprised.
I spoke with this guy Matt Pesh. He is, I think he used to work in finances at, I want to say Gold, but I could be wrong.
Oh, really? Wow.
So he gave me an idea. As to, he showed me a link as to that a blog that he put up about how finances are kind of accounted for. Week after week growth on your statistics is impossible.
Can I get a beep beep? It's a call. It's a grifter call. It's a grifter call. Be careful. It's a grifter call. Oh, man. All right. Take it easy.
That does not mean you need any ethics handlings. It simply means that the church has a limit.
How come everyone out here hates you?
To any staff, if you are still listening to me, you can leave. As much as you are afraid to, I understand. You have this perceived idea as to how the group may fight back, who they may talk to in order to get you disconnected. And you don't want to deal with that, I know. It's gonna suck.
I'm sorry to hear you're under the weather, Papa Smith.
But leaving and spending some time in the WOG world
It's a cult.
is
It's a cult.
beneficial for your own well-being.
They can pay their federal income taxes. There shouldn't be any tax exemptions for a criminal organization.
Hey. Window on the end, I'm pretty sure I see like a white phone case peering through the blinds. Pretty sure they're filming.
Oh, well, I wouldn't be
That's what they're
surprised.
doing. Hello.
Yeah, sometimes they come out and take pictures.
Show your confront.
Confront Shatterus.
Get your TRs in.
Could we get a confront and shatter?
Confront and shatter suppression. You have a course for it. People pay for it. Yet nothing seems to work. Why do you think that is?
She's been communicating with you all day, and you guys haven't said one word. I think you need to retake your communications courses.
What happened to high ARC? What happened to confront?
How are you doing today? Good? Still think about it?
How many
Have a good
times
weekend.
have you sat and stared at another person for 2 hours?
It's a cult.
How many times
Grifter
have
cult.
you learned to confront?
It's a grifter cult.
Use it when facing real problems.
Grifter cult. Careful of the grifter cult. It's bad for the neighborhood. They don't pay any income taxes. You guys have to pay all the income taxes. The firehouse is down there is in bad shape because we don't have any money to fix it. Thanks to Scientology.
Oh, I didn't know that the fire station down there was bad.
Yeah, it's down this way. Yeah, it's got severe deferred maintenance.
If anyone on that stream has any idea of protest points to shout out, please let us know in the chat.
Yeah, Holly's not shy.
I will shout out anything.
Just taking requests.
Scientology is a cult.
It's a cult, grifter cult. Wimps, yeah, they don't seem to be willing to take Holly on, for sure.
Because you're being paid probably a maximum of $50 a week if you're lucky. How do you feel knowing that
It's a
people in
cult,
the
it's a
world
cult,
can
grifter cult.
can work at different
Be careful, you're near a grifter cult. This is where the grifter cult is. This is where the criminals are. They'll take your money.
and everything.
They'll take your money and do nothing.
With a measly paycheck that doesn't pay
Send it to
for
David
shit.
Biscavage. We'll spend it on booze.
You're better off working in the WOG world than you are working in a Scientology organization.
Take pizza and freedom. Pizza and freedom, Keith.
I'm trying to think if there's anything with like case supervisor. I'm trying to like go through the doctrine in my head.
Oh, that's okay. It's a call! Guy's wearing like 2 masks in his car. Did you see that? This guy driving the road, he has like 2 masks on while he's driving his car.
How many times have you sat in the Scientology course room and been napped and cooked by your course suit in order to find your misunderstood word? Even though you clearly understand what it means, but what you're reading still doesn't make sense to you. Hit. It is not a misunderstood word. It is an inherent problem in your own doctrine.
Grifter cult warning. This is where the grifter cult
The fault
is.
of the church is not based
They don't want
on
to pay
your
any taxes
own
here.
misunderstanding.
Like you have to. Grifter cult. Have a good weekend.
I was gonna say, at least you know there's a Div 6 personnel always having to sit up there in case somebody comes in.
Oh.
So they're getting the brunt of the impact.
Oh yeah, well there's definitely someone there, but not many.
was gonna say, you want to go around the side and check out, like, see how many
Yeah,
cars
yeah,
in the
we
parking
can
lot?
do that. There was a question about the parking lot earlier.
Yeah, it's a pretty small one. It's only got like a single row for cars, but I think it has some space in the back for the volunteer minister's van.
All right, so we're just gonna take a walk around the side.
How often have you been told that your statistics are your own fault when you clearly know that they're not?
Yeah, they don't even have blinds for us to close. That's how lame this place is.
They got blinds. They're like the little wooden ones up in the
Oh, we're
windows.
not in the
It's
front,
just too
though.
dark to see. I'm assuming up there is probably like the case supervisor's office or some auditing room. I'm not quite sure. I originally thought it was like staff berthing, but it's a class 5. They ain't got staff berthing.
Yeah, so I used to think that Cadillac person was a Scientology, but then I saw your video that you did with Patty, and you talked to whoever was driving that car.
Oh, we did?
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't even notice.
Yeah. Said it wasn't a
Still
Scientology.
like the fact that that volunteer minister's van is sitting there with no one ever using it.
No, one time they tried to drown out my live stream at the other building, and the car went dead. It was a Subaru.
How did they drown it out?
Well, he left his radio on the whole time.
Oh.
So he runs out the battery. They bring another car there to charge it up. That car can't do it. So then they tried to bring the volunteer ministry van, and it almost hit that pole right there. It went up over the curb. And then they finally used the van to charge up the Subaru.
Wow.
So that's the one time they've used it. Yeah, it's funny.
Lack of cause over mess, huh? I was gonna say, you want to go take a walk down to the Ideal Org building?
Oh yeah, we can do that. We got pretty much the same cars that we always have.
I'm probably just gonna end up taking a hard copy of that live stream and just uploading it on my own channel instead.
Yeah, I can email it to you.
That'd be great. Oh, someone's at the back of the volunteer minister's van.
Oh yeah.
Oh, they're opening the back. I wonder what they're taking out.
Oh yeah. All right.
I wonder
So
if
they're doing something with the
trying to
van.
drown us out. Can't confront 2 people with a camera and a gimbal stick.
And a bottle of water.
And 2 bottles of water and a cardboard side. Whatever kind of material that
It's like
is.
some kind of foam. Yeah.
Talk about lack of being cause over mess.
Sorry, I'm too suppressive for you. Well, I guess Holly's too suppressive for you.
I'm definitely too suppressive.
Yeah, they've come out here to photograph me before, so.
Oh, they have?
Uh-huh.
Would you pose for them?
Well, we just kind of put our cameras next to each other. And then this guy walked away, and then some random lady from over there comes over, like a neighbor.
Yeah.
And so she started filming them. I mean, I have no idea who she was. I've never seen her
She's
since.
just someone who wanted to help.
Yeah, that was so funny.
That's awesome.
So then he didn't know who to photograph. He was like shooting me, and then he would like turn and get the lady, and then turn and get me again. It was, it was hysterical.
So I'm gonna cross right here. And do you want to cross right over here?
No, I'm gonna throw my bottle out here.
Alright, yeah, me too.
You still have a full one on that bench.
Oh,
Might want to get it.
thank God. Forget about it.
All right, so we're gonna walk over to the what's supposed to be the Ideal Org. So this is a legitimate religious organization across the street. Oh, they're not going.
Ooh, I'll have one when we get back. Just remind me. Just say Thetans are all genders. Thetans don't have a gender. That's what you need to tell me to remind me about it, because I'm probably going to forget by the time.
Oh, is that right? I didn't know that.
Yeah, I got a new protest point. Specifically about people like me. Actually, you know what? Fuck it, I'm going to do it now.
Oh, now the lights are green. Now you do it. Oh, well. Holly has one more
You may
point.
consider me as a trans person 1.1 on the emotional tone scale. You call me a pervert.
What's up, guys?
Hello.
However, just for my sexual orientation.
Yeah, we're going to work on that fire station, but this is not a good time of year for me. And I didn't really have time to try to track down the building manager for New Haven.
Why should it matter what I do in
we won't
this
do that.
lifetime in the physical universe. Alright, now we're good.
Oh, that didn't take long.
Alright, so that button does work. I didn't hear it.
Yeah, so we just have to wait for the traffic.
I wasn't expecting this area to be this packed, but yeah, you're right. With the nice weather we got going on and everything.
Yeah, there's definitely more people walking around than we normally would have on a Sunday.
Well, good. More people to hear the cause.
Absolutely.
Whoever that dude was that was standing right there by that second car on the, in front of that blue Hyundai, he was standing there while we were back there, and then we walked down here and he just got in his car.
Oh,
I'm not sure if he's with them. I kind of doubt it.
oh we can.
I feel like he'd be parked in their parking lot.
Yeah, a lot of the Scientologists actually park right along that row.
Who knows? Maybe I just convinced the guy to leave.
That would be great. It's like, screw it. I don't need this place anymore. Well, too bad they pulled that one guy back who's going to come out. Yeah, this is really nice weather for around here. They don't have a fence around this place yet, so they're not.
Yeah, they used to though. I remember they had one when I was protesting here last, and we didn't want to risk going out of the property just in case they called us for trespassing.
When you did a video that there was a fence around the place?
Partial fence like that opened up into the parking lot.
I mean, they definitely did have a fence around them, but after 5 years, their permit expired.
Yeah, it was here back in like February, March, something like that. So they might have had to take it down during the summer. Portion of this building proposed to be demolished.
Yeah, they gotta wait 90 days apparently.
Wow.
So this is the ideal org.
I wonder what portion's getting demolished.
Probably, I mean, I don't know. I have no more knowledge than you, but this is the original building, and they put an extension on the left side here. I'm assuming that that's what they want to tear down because it looks terrible. And there's some historical value to this building. Mr. Miscavige, tear down this wall.
The OTs will think they did it.
OT powers. Well, this is what happens. You know, they spent all the money on this building and then
They got nothing for it.
couldn't raise enough to get it going. They don't have any members. It's, yeah. This is their ideal org. I'd love to see it come down. I'd love to see it, you know, hopefully I can stand across the street
Either
and film
torn
it.
down or bought by somebody else who actually is going to fucking use it.
That would be ideal. I don't know.
That would be the true ideal.
Yeah. Like, you know, it used to be a furniture store. Who knows? Yeah, so this is the famous. You know, I've seen that name Ethel in this chat a couple times, but I don't know. Keith just said hello to someone named Ethel, but I don't know. Maybe there's a screen name associated with that. Yeah, so.
Yeah, water went down the wrong pipe. Oh, unless that was somebody else honking at going through the light.
Yeah, I know, but I thought, well, you know, if we're honking, we're wanting to honk. All right! Woo! Honk for a cause. Yeah!
Scientology is a cult!
Nasty cult. It's a cult! It's a cult! Make Scientology pay its taxes! It's a cult! No tax exemptions for criminal organizations!
People may be like, you're standing next to an empty building. What is that about?
Scientology owns this building! It's a cult!
Scientology's owned this building for 20 years and they've been taking as much money out of their parishioners as they possibly can, yet none of it has gone to renovating. Shows you how much of a failure They truly are.
It's a cult.
I think they might have been afraid to come out last time I was here because there were 3 of us.
Yeah.
Might have been too many people to handle.
3 people, a camera,
Right.
not their style.
And a sign. You want to start heading back?
Yeah, I mean, unless there's something else you want to. This is, but I mean, you don't come here as often as I do, so I don't know if you want to look at it more. That's cool.
I was gonna say if you want to give me a little tour of what you've seen.
Well, this is about it. Except if you go to through this parking lot, because I don't want to walk on their parking lot.
Yep, I don't either.
They
That's why
obviously
I didn't go in last time.
obviously don't like us. So,
Don't want to give many excuses.
right. Yeah, sure.
I was telling somebody, I said, I'm glad I'm actually at this little area here where we only have this org and then Boston. Whereas if I was in LA doing this, I'd probably be getting fair game right now.
Yeah, no, for sure.
I mean, the building is huge.
Yeah. I don't know how they would use
shit
it.
is.
Well, they leave these windows open all the time. These windows are always open every time I come here. So there's these stairs, and this proved to be very funny the day that they needed to use the volunteer ministry van to recharge the Subaru battery, because I was able to come up right here and screw them just like a few feet away. Whereas I couldn't really walk through the parking lot to do it.
Yeah. That's still funny that their car died.
Yeah, while trying to mess with the protester, and then they almost wrecked the van in the process.
Sounds like they were PTS.
And that was the day that random lady came in and photographed the guy who was photographing me. Mizzy Jean, you remember that? That was a funny day.
I'm wondering if they got my picture from last time or not, and if they even figured out who I am.
That would be really giving them a lot of credit.
Right?
I
Unless they
wouldn't be
ship that
surprised if they
information
did get
out,
your picture.
Well, they have my picture,
But,
obviously, but I don't know how easy it's going to be to get my name when my legal name has been changed. Or if they're going to find the new me, the old me or the new me.
Yeah, I don't think they would make the connection unless, they have a huge database somewhere else that not this org operates, but like LA.
That's their database.
The main thing is you wouldn't want them to see like your license plate or something.
Yeah,
now.
like I said, it's temporary, so I'm not worried about it. They can track it down. They're only going to find that it goes to the car dealership that I got it from.
It's a cult. It's a cult. Scientology is a cult. So we're walking with the Ideal Org next to us on the other side, and I'm guessing this is what's gonna
on
hit.
top of the Ideal Org.
Oh my God, I didn't know.
I don't know. I don't think that's a Scientologist. I guess
think
it's a
so.
dude.
Yeah, probably. I don't know. Maybe he's just chilling. Maybe he's just drugs. I don't know. But I think this is the part that gets demolished.
What?
I think this is the part that gets demolished. And it would make the most sense to me anyway. Because it's not original. It really doesn't have any value.
It'd be funny if it said portion of building, when really they're just gonna end up demolishing the whole thing.
If they accidentally knocked the whole thing down.
Right. Was the church gonna pay for it to be rebuilt? I don't think so.
No, I don't think so either. They can't even pay to renovate what they have.
Right. You're probably struggling on rent.
Yeah, I mean, if they sell, like, I don't know if they even sell books here, but if they sell one or two books a day and do a couple hours of auditing,
that's only like probably $500 to $600, I'm assuming. $500 to $600.
yeah, so how are they going to pay the rent? Keith, I'm not sure if I did that or not.
It all depends on how much public they got coming in. Because I mean, we're only here on the weekends. I don't know if anybody. We're only here when foundation staff is working. We're not here during the week when the day staff are. When the day staff are working. But knowing this place, day staff probably are the same as the foundation staff. Because I'm sure they can't really recruit that many fucking people.
Yeah, they don't seem to have a variety of people here.
Oh, we can go. We got 5 seconds.
It's good enough to cut through this lane. Take a quick stroll and see, because they were doing something with that van, see if they got confidence and continue to work on it. Yeah, so that's, Keith mentioned Bluetooth and Wi-Fi. You should probably turn that stuff off, so try to keep it in mind. There's so many things to remember, and you know, you try.
All I got is my data, my regular cellular data.
Yeah, so you're safe.
I don't see the back doors open. I'm wondering if someone might have just taken something out of it
Yeah.
and then brought it inside.
Yeah, I don't really see much going on here. Oh, look at this though. They have a sign on the back on this wheelchair ramp.
Parking, yeah.
No, something here today.
Event here today. It's Sunday. It's probably the Dianetics seminar.
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking they're not maybe even using that sign today, but they're obviously using it.
Either they're using it or that's just storage at this point.
Oh, they're storing
I'm
outside.
they're probably using it, though.
Can you guys see that? There's.
If they cared about actually having an event here today, they'd have that put up front. But no, it doesn't seem like they want any new public.
So here's one thing that you have to I think you have to pay for a permit to have a sandwich board.
What's this? Oh, one of those?
Yeah, if you put that on the sidewalk,
Okay.
like the fines can be.
Yeah.
Well, any fine would be
They could
too
put
much
it on their
for this
front
group.
lawn.
They could put it on their lawn, but if they put it on the sidewalk, they might be in trouble.
Gotcha.
It's like when I did Free
I'm gonna
Donut
keep
Day, I had like
anything.
a couple boxes over there, and I was like, ooh, I don't know, I'm gonna get in trouble.
Trying to look through the windows and seeing if anybody's peeking in.
Here's a squirrel.
Where? Squirrel at the org, huh? Go, get out there. Better nuts elsewhere.
Yeah, there's some oak trees here. Gonna attract.
I'm surprised they actually kept their open sign up.
Yeah. I guess they might get in trouble if they don't.
Probably.
It's a cult. Careful,
Oh,
sir.
yeah.
It's a cult.
There is a policy about closing and disbanding orgs. I want to know what that orange or that yellow sign is on the front of their door. I think it's volunteer minister related, but I'll zoom in and see if I can.
Yeah, the fact that it's colored yellow makes me think that. I can't really zoom in enough. There's a logo at the bottom, though. I guess if you knew what that logo, if you're familiar with that logo, then you would know. Probably is.
It's attention. Too much sun glare in order to read it properly. Some kind of attention notice. I'm gonna go see if there's anybody in that.
It's a cult.
One of those blinds looks a little fucky. Second window from the right.
Oh yeah, I think I just saw the blinds move a little bit.
You being downstat is not your fault.
Why do you think you have to be afraid of us?
The church imposes impossible standards on you as staff. It is okay to question. It is okay to doubt. And it is okay to leave. Just because you leave doesn't mean that it's your own overts and withholds. You may have experienced some type of abuse or bad behavior here that you do not find morally acceptable. But if you try to leave because of it, you're going to be considered at fault. You leaving is not because of your own out ethics.
When you go home, check out the Aftermath Foundation or SPTV.space. The SPTV Foundation might be able to help you leave.
There are resources for staff and MC people leave this group in order to get back on their feet. If you leave, you may or may not be flipping burgers at
It's a
McDonald's.
cult.
Who knows?
Careful.
But you'll be getting paid more at the very least.
Scientology is a cult.
How often have you abandoned your own personal things that you needed to do just to come here and work? How dedicated have you proven yourself to be time and time again, only to be told that you're not doing enough?
Oh, did you get a thumbs up?
Yeah,
that's cool.
Like white.
Prefer a horn beat, but I'll take it. It's a cult. It's a cult.
If anybody's got any other protest points, feel free to throw them in chat.
Yeah, I know, Amy, you had something and we missed it.
Aw, damn it.
Yeah.
Amy, if you're still here, put it again.
We walked away from the building right about that time. Yeah, Amy M, if you're still here, sorry about that. All right, woo! It's a cult. Nice truck, sir. Have a good weekend. All right, it's a cult. It's a cult. Be careful. Grifter cult. It's a grifter cult. They're here to take your money, ruin your neighborhood.
Oh, they should.
Ah, boo! Oh, we got a new sound setting. It's a cult. It's a cult. The cult's right here if you're worried about where the cult was. If you heard there's a cult, it's right there.
I'm going to say it just in case they're looking. I'm going to show them.
All right, Holly's gonna.
I wholeheartedly agree.
All right, you rock. Have a good weekend. All right. It's a cult. It's a cult. Get the cult out of your neighborhood. Make them pay their taxes. Google Lisa McPherson. You know what you're dealing with here. It's a danger to everyone. Okay. All right.
I'm trying to think of how I can phrase a point related to the party law. I don't know if you know what that is.
You're modeling this year's Scientology.
This year's IAS
here.
wear. Check it out, IAS jacket.
This is part of the Scientology Fall 2024
nice
collection.
Material. Oh, it's specifically IAS from the Flag Service Org.
Oh,
So-
yes. You know who had something like that? Whitney Mills. And then she ended up killing herself because she couldn't get help from Scientology.
Trying to think. If anybody,
It's a cult. It's a
if
cult.
anybody has any points related to the purification rundown or the third party law, feel free to mention them.
Purification rundown.
Do you know what the third party law is?
I don't.
It's this thing where they say for a conflict to continue between two groups or people, there must be a third party keeping it going.
It's a cult. All right. Right. Woo! Okay, that was Amy's comment from before. Roll call and muster.
I was gonna say I already yelled about muster.
Muster, aka roll call, is what they did in the camps, calling it appleplatz.
Calling it, I don't know what apple. Oh, it might be a German word.
Well, that it sort of looks like that, but I can't make the reference.
I'm thinking it's related to the concentration camps.
Appleplatz, though. Sorry, Amy. We need help. It's a reference. It's a cult.
Let me know if you can see anybody through the windows.
Jazz. We got some jazz playing. We got the grifter cult, careful the grifter cult, this is where it is.
The bottom of that little blind right there is open, but I'm not sure if anybody is looking through it at all. Just keep an eye on it and see if anybody kind of pokes their camera through that bottom part.
Yeah, so Amy's,
That one is straight up to the side. That one is all tilted and sharp wide. I don't know if, I'm assuming someone's there, because why would they have such a defective blind at their window, but...
so Amy's making the, drawing the analogy between, I guess an Auschwitz roll call and their
Makes sense.
roll call here, their muster.
Makes sense.
They are kind of like slaves, but
They really are.
Auschwitz is just the worst thing that ever happened to humanity, and it's hard to make a
How
perfect
often have
parallel.
you felt that you're being treated like a slave? How often have you felt stuck here against your own will?
Yeah, I've read it. It looks like something from a horror movie.
How often have you thought about leaving but are afraid of the consequences?
Okay. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to have to probably look that up because I wasn't familiar with the term.
I'll see what ChatGPT can come up with. We'll see what the bots can do.
The bots. All right. Got a thumbs up anyway. Not a honk, but we'll take it.
Close enough.
It's a cult. This is where the cult is. Be careful. You're right near the cult. This is the grifter cult where they take all your money and they ruin your life. This is where they disconnect you from your family. This is where they disconnect you from your friends, take all your money. Yeah, a little too warm to wear that for very long.
The third-party law teaches that conflict between two parties is often caused and continued by a hidden third party. But as staff, have you ever noticed that disagreements or problems in your org are sometimes blamed on external influences rather than addressing the real issues within? Constantly looking for a third party might be preventing you from dealing with the actual sources of your problems, keeping tension unresolved, and staff in constant conflict. Shouldn't we focus on the real causes instead of just searching for someone to blame?
Aren't you tired of reporting for muster? Don't you feel like you're in a camp?
Aren't you tired of working sleepless nights just to try to get yourself out of a low ethics condition?
Just need to add some creepy Halloween music and just
You all know the
have this house in the background.
Wednesday and Thursday before 2. Do you want to keep dealing with that for the rest of your life? That constant sense of inadequacy. The constant sense of, I need to get my numbers up.
This is where the cult is.
Constant pressure is not healthy for your own mental health.
That little mustache guy.
How many times have you broken down when you've left the org for the day?
Well, now Scientology is the little guy in charge.
How often do you tell yourself, I know this is fucked up. I'll stay a little longer before I leave. Turns to 1 day, 2 days, a week, 3 weeks, a month, a year, 2 years, still stuck in the same grind. Take back your power and leave. If Scientology is all about production and bringing up stats, then how come it's such a common practice to spread out your statistics from week to week? Only so that you don't get fucked over later. I was gonna say, when I was talking to Chris Shelton, he had given me an example of like, say a person has 20 things to, let's say you have a qualifications officer, a cramming officer, and he has what's called a cram that he has to do when he trains or retrains or corrects an auditor or somebody on something.
Okay.
So let's say a staff member has 20 crams to do that he has to get done. His last stat last week was 12. He's going to do 13 of them and then save 7 for the next week.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Because if he does all 20, he's going to have to do 21 next week.
Yeah.
How often have you told yourself, I can't get my stats up no matter what I do? No matter how much effort and hard work and diligence that I put in, my stats going up is impossible.
Hey, Rika, I don't
Stats
see you, but I
crash
see
all the
Keith saying
time.
hi, so I want to say hi.
It's not
Welcome
because
in.
of all this.
Got Holly, Scientologeek here. We're at the New Haven Failing
Take some
Org.
time, examine the outpoints, and find the real why. Hint, it's not
It's a
you.
cult. It's a cult. Careful. This is the grifter cult. They take all your money and they disconnect you from your family. For anyone just coming in, if you can go to ScientoloGeek, her channel, she's almost at 1,000. If we can get her 1,000, that'd be very
like
cool.
940-ish right now.
Yeah, she's getting really close. It's a cult. This is where the cult is. This is where they take your money. Failing morgue. They say they're open, but you know, it's been a long time since we saw someone walk in.
Right?
Yeah, they might have paid some property taxes, but you know, they're still not paying income taxes. It's a cult. This is where the cult is. Look out for the cult.
It's just the plastic over the window that's reflecting.
Oh, is there like air flowing around in there?
I don't
Can they
see
afford
anyone
that?
peeking through it.
I did see the blinds move.
Oh, you did? Okay, I wasn't going crazy.
Well, yeah, you mentioned it, so then I looked and
I'm assuming that's probably not a phone in the last window to the right. I'm assuming that might just be like a piece of paper or something. But whatever.
This is where the cult is. Here's a cult, the dangerous cult. They'll take your money and disconnect you from your family. They won't let you leave.
In KSW, LRH emphasizes that efficiency and results come from delivering Scientology services. Yet staff often work grueling hours that leave little time for personal auditing and training. Have you ever wondered how overworking your staff aligns with LRH's intention for efficient service delivery? Couldn't well-rested and trained staff be more effective?
Thanks, Keith. I have one of my mods putting your link up.
Thank you.
Well, he's doing it on his own, but I appreciate it. Just giving the Holly the update there.
In the policy titled Ethics Protection, LRH states that productive individuals receive protection even when out ethics. Do you feel that some staff are shielded from accountability due to their production, even when their behavior disrupts the org? Shouldn't ethics
What's up, man? How you doing?
apply to ethics actions? Shouldn't they apply to everybody, regardless of stats?
It's a cult. It's a cult. This is where the cult is. Be careful when you're near the cult. They'll take your money and disconnect you from your friends and family.
It's
a total scam.
However, with the high cost of donations and services, many staff and public find it hard to make steady progress.
Jane, you live here? Oh, come on down.
Oh shoot, we got someone else?
Someone named Jane Doe. I mean, that's literally her name.
Jane, if you want to show up, you know where we are.
Yeah. New Haven isn't that big.
Yeah!
All right. Woo! Took them a while to just, they were thinking about it. Like, should we say anything? All right. All right. Awesome car, dude. You see that? It was like a Halloween car. It's a cult. Oh, I'm so sorry.
My fault.
Oh, there goes our water. Ah. Yeah, I left the water in his way. scooter, Mom. Scientology, you need to retake those communications courses if you can't come out here and talk to us. If you can't confront and shatter two suppressive people, what good are you? What have you been learning? Can't be a real religion if you're not going to follow it. It's a cult. It's a cult.
When you go home tonight or tomorrow morning, who knows how late you're going to be up. When you get there,
It's a
take a
cult.
moment and think about this. Do I really want to be here? Do I really want to spend my eternity?
The
or
community
next
page
2.5
is
or 5
Scientology
years,
Triggers.
however long you sign your contract for.
I mean,
Doing the same thing every week
we can
and not being able to
mention
plan
it
for
to
the
her.
future
I mean,
properly.
we're here at the same time, but like, this isn't. We didn't get together and decide this is what we're gonna say or anything.
If y'all are reporting us to OSA, tell them we said hey.
But I'll mention it. Yeah, Jane, we're here quite frequently.
Actually, that's even if they have a director of special affairs.
This
If they
place-
don't, then I'm trying to remember who takes the position above that. I think it might be the
Okay.
division head or the department head.
So there's a couple people. I mean, no one's going to tell you what to do, but there's a couple concerns about Scientology triggers.
Like what?
I don't know. There's apparently a YouTube channel for Scientology triggers.
Oh, I've seen that. I think it had like just a bunch of questions on it and stuff like that.
Oh.
If that's the correct thing that they were referring to.
Yeah, I don't know anything about it, so I'll look. Now that I'm aware of it, I'll check it out. Like this week.
I
But
think they use pictures of Big Blue in their thumbnails, and it's like Scientology trigger points 1 to whatever, and then they just keep it going. I think it's like 1 to 10.
Yeah, Jane, we saw one person go in the building
So
when we
one
first
person
started.
come out
Yeah.
and then get pulled right
And then he got
back
pulled
in.
back in, yeah.
They can't confront.
It's called.
There are people that can help if you decide to leave. SPTV.space. SPTV.space.
It's a call.
If you're worried about
This is where
money,
the call is.
they are willing to help you find a job and help pay for living expenses.
This is where they take your money and disconnect you from your family.
Leaving
Can't take credit for that
Scientology
honking.
is not the end of the line.
Yeah, that's right,
You will
Jane.
not end up a drug
The
addict.
library is right there.
As
The
much as you may be conditioned
brick
to
building.
think so.
It's closed today, but their parking lot is totally full, so that was kind of,
What, the library?
yeah.
I think they might have already. Have they already all moved, or is it still full?
All right, let's go. Some people just want to go, but some people are honking for us too. We'll take it. Jimmy's seafood. I don't know.
Yeah, they emptied out.
Oh, okay.
I'm probably gonna head out by like 3 because I gotta hop on a stream with somebody.
Oh, okay.
But I still got time.
It's about an hour. Almost.
Figure it's an hour to yell more shit.
Yeah.
See if I can find any bulletin points.
Yes, it's a very dangerous and very destructive cult. Mike, that's pretty much it. It's a cult. It's a very dangerous and destructive cult. Mike Sandoval says it's a very dangerous and destructive cult.
Who's Mike Sandoval?
Why are you a dangerous and destructive cult? Mike Sandoval wants to know.
And that's the problem. They don't think they're dangerous. They think they're clearing the planet.
Yeah. I don't think you're clearing the planet either.
planet, but you can't even clear New Haven.
You can't even clear the sidewalk here.
Right? You can't even clear the sidewalk. I love that. I love that.
Scientology, Amy wants to know, why do you do deceptive love bombing? Some people call you a love bombing cult, and I don't have the answer. Can you tell us the answer? Hey, this is the cult. This is that dangerous cult you've been hearing about. They take your money and disconnect you from your family. People get killed at this cult.
Oh, it's Chuck.
Tom Cruise.
Yeah, where's Tom Cruise? Hey, I haven't seen Tom Cruise around here. He doesn't live in this neighborhood. They take your money and they send it to LA. All the actors spend it. Have a good weekend, sir.
I'm getting a text from Chuck Beatty, who's former Sea Org. Just give me 1 second.
Oh, all right. It's a cult. It's a cult. Be careful. This is where the cult is. You've heard about it. It's right here. All right. Give us a thumbs up. Scientology, how's that expansion going? How's the Ideal Org building doing? Is it about ready yet? It's been 20 years. All right. Woo! You know what? I don't think your neighbors like you very much, Scientology. I'm just getting that impression. Just getting that impression. Beep, beep. This is where the cult is. Are you looking for the cult? Are you looking for a dangerous cult to join today? This is it right here. This is where the dangerous cult is. This is where the trafficked children. Thomas Cruise. Hola, Senor Tomas Cruise. It's a cult. Here's where the cult is. Are you looking for the cult? It's right here. They'll take all your money. Yeah, at the very least, financial abuse. Take a sip of water, everyone. We having a good weekend. Cheers. It's nice and sunny out here. It was quite cold earlier today, but it's warmed up. It's a cult. It's a cult. Careful. You're near here. You're near the cult. This is the Scientology cult right here. This is where they disconnect you from your family. They take all your money. Have a good weekend. It's a cult. Well, that's why they operate secretly. All right. It's a cult. It's a cult. It's a cult. It's a cult. Be careful. This is the cult. This is where they take all your money and make you disconnect from your family. They won't let you leave either once you join. Beak. Beak, beak. This is the Scientology cult. If you're looking for a dangerous cult to join today, it's right here. It'll cost you everything you have. You won't be able to talk to your family anymore either, unless they join too. How are you doing today, sir? It's protesting Scientology. This is where the cult is. I don't know what that car was. That was interesting. Beep. Okay. I thought we had a new term that I wasn't aware of. I'm not going to be joining the cult with anyone. This is where the dangerous cult is. This is the dangerous cult right here. Ooh, a name tag. It's a cult. It's a cult. Scientology's a cult. Make them pay their taxes. Make Scientology pay its taxes like you have to. No tax exemptions for criminal organizations. It's a cult. Here's where we are for anyone coming in just now. This is the Less Than Ideal Org. They have a much larger building about a half a block down the road here. And they can't make it work. After 20 years, they still haven't opened it. Now they have to demolish part of it because they haven't put any money into it. When you don't do maintenance for 20 years on a building, it doesn't go well. It's a cult. Yeah, I wonder if they have 3 cameras videotaping these sessions here. They don't have any cameras on the outside that I can tell, anyway. That's how you can tell this is a really piss poor organization. They got no camera check outside here. Unless they walk outside with their phone. Here's where the cult is.
But the question is, are they even gonna know at a class 5? Or is it just gonna sound like a nonsense book?
Here's the cult. The cult's right here. You're looking for a dangerous cult to join today? Free name tag day at the cult. Just join and get a free name tag. Costs you everything you have, though. It's a cult. This is the cult right here. Are you looking for a dangerous cult?
It's the wall of fire.
Wall of fire. Looks like the wall of boredom in there. You got nothing going on. Protesters are the most exciting thing that happens here. How you doing?
I was gonna say,
Here's the cult right here. Cult day. Open house day at the cult. Get a free name tag.
okay.
Oh, there's a bee. Go away. Stop. Okay, so
Yeah.
this is that right where my finger is where the, that's supposed to be where the Ideal Org building is. I mean, that is where it is, but it was supposed to be the Ideal Org, and instead it's just a building falling apart, falling down. It will be partly demolished. This is the cult, sir. Thank you, Misfit. Welcome in. It's a cult right here, sir. It's a cult. It's a cult. All right. Here's the dangerous cult. You want to join? It's a cult. It's a cult. Here's a cult. All right. Beep, beep. It's a cult. Here's a grifter cult where they steal all your money and give you nothing in return. They disconnect you from your family. This is the grifter cult. Revoke the tax exemption. No tax exemptions for criminal organizations. Scientology killed Lisa McPherson. Scientology killed Whitney Mills. It's a cult. It's a cult. Here's where the dangerous cult is, right here. Just gonna move slightly down here. Get some shade for a little bit, some shade tech. It's still show the. I just need some shade tech or anything. Have problems. All right. So we're just taking a little bit of a shade here. It's a cult. She just rolled up her window. I'm like this crazy guy yelling at traffic. Here's where the dangerous cult is. It's a dangerous cult. Thank you, Keith. Holly's getting close to 1,000. Yeah, thanks, good mom. I brought 2 bottles of water, but then someone accidentally walked into one of my bottles, this one, and I lost some of it. So I guess I ended up with about a bottle and a half. But it's better than nothing.
All right, thanks for calling, sir. So apparently he's sending people who are asking about the tech and policies my way.
Oh,
So I'm hoping to hear
Awesome.
from some people who need information.
I guess you will. Scientology's a dangerous cult. I could maybe stand, I'm just trying to get some shade, but I
Yeah.
see there's a little bit of shade, like right
Right by this corner here.
yeah. The closer you are to the building, the easier it is to identify what I'm talking about. That's a good place actually to store water too. No one's gonna kick that over,
Yeah.
unless they're trying.
Where's your estates division? Or department? Can't even keep up the front lawn.
Yeah, Scientology, what's up with that? cult. How come Boston raised 37 million? You can't raise any money at all.
I was gonna say, is that a definitive number or something they said about Boston?
I will tell you offline.
All right, cool.
Tell you offline.
Because if it's a lie, then I can use that.
No, I don't think it's a lie.
Oh damn, 37 million more.
Yeah, they had a gigantic party like 2 weeks ago. I was protesting at the org, and like all these Scientologists were coming, way more than they would normally have. Like, and some of them didn't even know where the entrance was. Like, they obviously don't go there very often.
They're probably from here.
Yeah, one of the guys that does talk to us a little bit, he was grinning from ear to ear. He was like floating on air. They all went home with gigantic to-go bags.
I wonder what was in them. Probably a set of basic books.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, nice and pizzas. I'm not sure.
So I guarantee you, if they're going in there for a party, they're getting regged.
Yeah, someone donated a lot of money for that kind of party. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe if you find the right person who inherits a lot of money, you don't know what to do with it. They give it to Scientology. Maybe that's where they get this money. Scientology is a cult. Scientology is a cult. Make them pay their federal taxes.
Books and volumes that are not related to your division or department.
Scientology doesn't pay the taxes. It's a criminal organization.
Clearly for everyone to see.
Revoke the federal tax exemption. Get Scientology out of your neighborhood. It's a cult. They'll take your money, disconnect you from your family. All right. Woo! How you doing today, sir? It's a cult.
How often have you had your face ripped off for unnecessary reasons? Have you thought, let's just get this over with?
It'd be easier if they would come out. You want to come outside and talk?
If you walk outside, I will gladly have a conversation
It's a cult.
with you.
It's a cult. Be careful. This is where the cult is. It's a dangerous cult right here. It's a danger to the neighborhood.
If you have legitimate questions about your doctrine, I can point you to
All right.
Woo! I can point you to the policies. I can point you to the technical bulletins. I can point you
right there,
to the
it's called.
executive directive.
Yes, thank you, Scooter Mom. Thank you very much. Holly is very close to 1,000 subs. We can get her there. It'd be very cool.
If you've been stopped from asking any specific questions because it wouldn't look good or because you're unethical, that's the problem.
I only have like 300, so that's going to be a tall task. But yeah, the closest I can get to, the better. Thank you, Amy.
Freedom of thought.
It's a cult. It's a cult. It's a cult. Be a pepper, give me a hug. That's one thing they won't show you.
I'm probably going to just start like repeating old points that I've already mentioned just for the emphasis.
Oh, that's okay. They're still true.
If word clearing is so important, why is the OCA not word cleared? Why is the PC not allowed to word clear on the OCA? Wouldn't it provide more accurate results if they know the meanings of the word?
It's a cult. This is the dangerous cult right here. All right.
If you believe that yawning is is a sign of misunderstoods. You might be a Scientologist.
Oh, that's what that meant? I'm sorry. Yeah, thanks for pointing that out, Keith. I'm not trying to really take in a lot of money from anyone. But if we can get the subs,
Of a misunderstood word.
we have watch
You may
hours,
be a
but we don't have the
Scientologist.
subs. I don't mind if Google wants to split some of the revenue
In
that
any
they
other
make from
place
our
in the world,
channel.
someone yawns, someone coughs.
It's a cult. It's a cult. Scientology is a cult. Make them pay their fair share. All right. Have a good weekend, sir. You rock. Can we get a honk? Can we get a beep beep? Honk honk. Come on, please. It's a
No
cult.
one's gonna blame it on too steep a gradient.
Get the cult out of your neighborhood. You have a good weekend. All right. Have a good weekend. Yeah. Cool car, man. All right. We got some
You might be staffed today, but tomorrow
lively
you don't
people
have
at
to
this
be.
stoplight.
You can leave, and there are resources.
It's a call.
Otherwise, that you're going to be out on the street, that you're going to be a drug addict, that you're going to be flipping burgers at McDonald's. At least McDonald's workers make more money than you.
Well, there it is. Whoop, there it is. Just go grab my water bottle here. I have it. It's sitting right here. Okay.
Yet you've noticed that your org is still empty, or relatively empty. You're not the only one having these thoughts. There are plenty of other staff members and other Sea Org members and other orgs all around the world wondering the same exact thing.
Well, you got
Why
that right,
are
Mizzy.
we not booming?
Not a damn thing going on here. But you can kind of understand because Holly is so suppressive.
Damn right. Proud 1.1 on the tone scale.
You're so suppressive, Holly. How are we supposed to do any recruiting out here when you're doing this stuff? All right. Yeah, thankfully.
You truly believe
I think I got a cold
communication is the
from
universal
that.
solvent.
I was
Come
inactive
out
last
here.
weekend because I was
will
sick.
speak to you.
How you doing today?
How are you doing?
We're all right. We're protesting Scientology.
Good for you. They
Yeah.
deserve to be protested.
Yeah, they're
Damn
just
right.
really not a very good group of people, and they're just out to do bad things mostly.
Very misguided.
Yeah.
It's
Very
easy when you can
misguided.
use a bunch of their doctrine against them.
Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very
Have a
much,
great
ma'am.
day.
Have a good weekend.
People out here are living their lives every day, and they're happy. When was the last time you were truly happy as a staff member?
Never.
What, when you got that one big person came in, you got all that money out of them for intensive, and that was what? For 1 week at this thing? Where do you know that you won't be able to replicate that amount of money next week? That your stats are going to go down. The numbers on a fucking line graph. Despite the fact that it's easier said than done,
An elderly
don't
home.
be fearful. Don't be scared of what this organization may do to you. They have less
There used to
power
be a
than
doctor's
you
office.
realize.
If I
There are
understand
people
correctly,
like
this was a
us.
house built in 1910.
Critics, ex-members, all over the world. People have told their stories. People know what you've been through. I've spoken to several of them. I've spoken to former cramming officers. I've spoken to former Sea Org who worked in the Continental Liaison Office. I know what you go through. And it sucks. It's dehumanizing to be considered nothing more than numbers on a chart.
It's a cult. It's like, all right. Thank you, ma'am. Can I get a honk? No. 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
When was the last time you did something for yourself? When was the last time you went out, took a day off? When's the last time you went on vacation? When's the last time that you hung out with your friends and family that were outside of the church? How insulated has your social circle become?
I gotta tell you about the hospital situation here, but maybe
Reach out to those you haven't talked to.
Jane Doe.
Reach out to those you were forced to disconnect from.
It's a cult.
They want to hear from you. They miss you.
Wow, Jane.
And they love
That's
you.
interesting.
Reach out. There are always people to listen. You can be free to tell your story to somebody, to explain all the negative experiences and abuses that you've endured while working here. They're not going to judge you. Those people are the true auditors of this world.
Switch sides with you. Well, also my sign, you know.
Oh, yeah. You want to hold it? I'll take care of it.
Okay.
Woo!
All right, Holly is gonna have some sign tech now. Well, you can't. You gotta be careful because look at the arrow. So you gotta block that with your body.
Oh, right.
Yeah. There we go. Actually, this will give us a good thumbnail opportunity too for you. There we go. How's that for a good picture? That's great. Flip it
That'll be
around.
my thumbnail.
Yeah, flip it around though, so we can see the other side. That way you have a choice. This is the Grifter cult. Yeah, thank you. So Keith just put up your link. So that's
Thank you
Holly's
very
link.
much, Keith.
She's close to 1,000. Close to 1,000.
Sweet. The more subscribers, the merrier.
Absolutely.
Let me see if I got any updated numbers. Look at me checking my stats. I'm at 947. I was at 938 last time.
There you go.
Damn, I'm getting something today. Thank you guys. Thank you guys so much for everything.
Yeah, every sub is tough to get.
Scientology is a destructive cult. Scientology forces its staff to work 15 hours a day, 7 days a week with no time off, unless they have good productivity.
There's no productivity going on here.
No productivity, no time off. More suffering, unnecessary suffering. And they can attest to this. Little attest to clear pun there. Scientology is a grift. Scientology is a scam. Scientology is a con.
Scientology is a cult. Revoke the federal tax exemption. Make them pay their taxes like you have to pay.
Talk to your congressman.
Drop there.
Yeah, I gotta put this away. I think I might have broken it.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, whatever. I don't use that board anyway. Yeah, this didn't cost me much. I'm not too worried. I was gonna say, you mind if I stick it in your bag for right now, just so I don't have to lug it?
Yeah, go ahead. You're just gonna have to find an open.
Mesh side pocket here.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. Don't forget it though.
Yeah, I won't. I'm not worried.
Scientology is a cult.
Scientology is a destructive cult.
C-U-L-T cult.
Did Xenu cause the wall of fire? Ask yourself. I'm sure you've heard the name Xenu before.
What's Xenu?
You've heard of OT3? You know there's stories out there. You know that the supposedly fake OT3 materials are leaked on the internet. But why aren't you allowed to look? Why aren't you allowed to see what Hubbard
Hey,
wrote?
sure, welcome in. Scientology's a cult! Alright! Have a good weekend, sir! Yeah! Woo! That was a good one.
Look how many people agree with us. Listen to how many people agree with us.
How come Dianetics has a volcano on the cover? I can't figure it out. It's not a book about volcanoes. Remember when Anonymous asked you guys that? You didn't really give him an answer.
There's no communication going on. Why? Hubbard says all these things. Why aren't you practicing them?
OT9 starts out here. We can help you leave.
Real hint. There is no OT9. There is no OT 10 through 15. David Miscavige says he wants to wait for all the orgs to go ideal and to be the size of Old St. Hill. You know that at your current rate, that's not happening. So why is he
Scientology's a
excluding
cult.
people?
Scientology's a cult.
Just to
Revoke the
release
tax
materials that
exemption.
A lot of people have
Make
been waiting
Scientology
for.
pay. Make Scientology pay its taxes like you have to. You're getting royally screwed. Scientology gets a free pass and they're criminals. Have a good weekend.
You as Class 5 staff are not the DBs. Management is the degraded being.
David Miscavige is a bit of a dwarf. Is he a degraded being?
I'm pretty sure he's
What's
the biggest
the-
DB out there.
What's the policy on that?
Not to make any short jokes.
Well, just for him because he's got a giant ego. He's a little bit undersized anyway for a criminal cult leader. Five four. Well, you're probably taller than David Miscavige, is he, Gene?
I know your doctrine. I know your policies. I know your technical bulletins. I've word cleared every single one of them. I know what you experience on a day-to-day basis. I know the horrors, the endless sleepless nights that you spend on Wednesdays and Thursdays. Hell, even weekends.
Oh my
Just to
God!
get out of low
That
energy
would,
conditions.
Jane Doe, that would be quite a scene. Quite a scene. I don't think they're ready for a guy like that.
You are not at fault for your stats being down. Scientology's a cult. Scientology's a grip on a scam.
Scientology's a cult. Careful, this is the dangerous cult you heard about. Get Scientology out of your neighborhood.
This is the cult that Tom Cruise is a part of.
There we go. All right, I got that one. Every single live stream, these guys show up. Every single live stream.
How many of you are afraid to leave because of a sec check? How many of you are afraid to leave because you're going to mention your negative thoughts on your next session? How many of you are afraid to leave because of the e-meter? How many of you are afraid to leave because of infallibility, supposed infallibility, when you have nothing more than 1/3 of a lie detector? Look up Wheatstone Bridge device. That's your e-meter. Maybe $50 worth of
Cool.
shoved into a case and sold for almost.
Scientology's a cult. Scientology's a cult. Make them pay their taxes. Go, Foxwords.
The fanaticism created by KSW1 is not healthy. It's healthy to have
Yeah,
an
that'd be
open-minded
interesting to
approach.
see.
It's healthy to be skeptical. You don't have to put both feet in immediately. You know what you should get for this? Get like a little chain you put around here so you can stick it around your
Yeah, I
neck and
thought
just
about
carry
that.
it.
I thought about that'd be easier. Scientology's a cult. This is the dangerous cult you ever heard about. Disconnect you from your family. This is the cult that killed Lisa McPherson. I don't want to get. Well, I'm not monetized anyway. I'm always concerned about music. That's too loud.
I understand that y'all don't want to come out and talk to us. If I was in your shoes, I'd probably be afraid too.
All right.
Like I said, if I was in your shoes, I'd be afraid. I'd be worried about the consequences. But guess what? The church does not have as much power over your life as you can give yourself. Take your power back. Take your autonomy back. Take your decision-making ability back. And take back your own rational thought. Skepticism is normal. Skepticism is not a sign of any evil intention.
Scientology, why don't you call your family tonight when you get home?
Call your family. Tell them you love them. They want to talk to you.
When was the last time you talked to your kids? There's no young people in there, so.
Nah, I didn't think so. Well, unless they recruited a staff member of 15.
They would do it if they could.
That's if they get kids. Maybe it's due to the internet. Maybe it's due to all the information you can find on the internet. All the information that your management says is fake. Black PR. Guess what? The only fake stuff is coming out of here. Is coming out of Scientology's website. You know how many members you have at your org. You know that you're not expanding. You know you're not booming. So why put up with the same bullshit all the time?
Yeah, that's interesting
Why put
development.
up with the
People
same
calling into
entertainment?
these meetings. Looked like Henry had some streams like this.
People's stories are out
Last
there
week.
for a reason.
see
Because
one
they're
that
true. Former staff have talked about exactly what's going on inside
Just driving
orgs.
this car. A little suspicious. Coming around here.
You think they're a Scientologist?
I don't know. They're going
Let's go
kind of
check.
slow and driving kind of weird.
I'm gonna carry this behind my head.
No, I guess they kept going. So that's all right.
Thank God. So gonna say, I know the stalking over here ain't gonna be as bad as it was down in Clearwater. I will say it was the most fun time of my life, though.
Clearwater? You went to Clearwater?
Yeah, I went down on a southern vacation with my fiance, and we went down to Clearwater. We met up with Mark Bunker, and he gave us a tour of the city.
Wow. He's the guy that gave you a tour. Wow.
Yeah.
Sure.
He the first thing he showed us was the visitor center, and I said, "Oh, do you mind if we go in just to look?" And he said, "Yeah, go right ahead." So we're starting to walk up. All of a sudden, a Sea Org member just goes, shuts the door, locks it. It's like, wow, it's powers of suppressive people.
This is the cult right here. Did you know that? Scientology's a cult. So, was he like a councilman at the time?
Not at that point, I don't believe.
Okay.
Wait, I don't know. I don't know when he left office. I'm pretty sure he wasn't at that point.
Maybe that's how he had time.
It was only like the end of June.
Oh, okay, yeah. Still be pretty cool.
Scientology is destructive. You know it's destructive, so why don't you leave? Think about what's truly stopping you. Fear?
Well, they sure don't appreciate what Elliot has to say today. Sure of that.
It hurts. I know. I get it. But it's not the end of the road.
Protesting Scientology today.
That are still Scientology.
Holly,
Protest.
careful.
Call them.
Just don't collide.
Talk to them. Communicate with them. Show them that you still care.
I'm coming back. I'm going to drop these clothes off. You know that.
Call your family when you get home, Scientology.
Let them show you true compassion, empathy, and understanding.
It's a cult. It's a cult right here. Here's the dangerous cult.
You have affinity for them. And you may be starting to get on the same reality as them. So why not communicate? You have stories. You have negative and positive experiences. I don't doubt any of the wins that you may have had. But what I do doubt is the abusive, horrendous behavior of the IAS, David Miscavige, and the church.
Do you wanna go to the other building real quick?
Yeah, sure, let's go.
Oh, don't forget your. You can't leave the Scientology sweatshirt behind.
Thank
You
you.
would be so regretting that if you left that
Yep,
behind.
that would suck. So you wanted to go check out the Ideal Org?
Well, you mentioned that you wanted to maybe leave around 3.
Yeah, what time is it now?
It's like 7 of.
All right, yeah, I'll leave in a few minutes.
So I think the ideal way to do it is to walk through the park to get to your car rather than walking.
Well, my
right.
car is right there.
I know, but you don't want to walk in front of
Oh,
Scientology.
yeah, true. You're right. That's
Yeah,
right.
if it wasn't for Scientology, sure that.
I would, like I said, I wouldn't even give a shit if they did. They're gonna think I have crimes, then they're gonna look into me, and then they're gonna find out I have no crimes. And
Well,
then
they'll
they're
make
gonna
'em
be
up.
like, what the fuck?
They'll make them up.
Yeah, they'll come up with something. Ooh, trans, what, in this world today? Big fucking whoop.
Oh no, they'll make up stuff like you robbed a bank in
You're gonna start
Mississippi or
pulling
something.
a fucking Paulette
Shot 2
Cooper on me.
people. Yeah, they'll start doing, fake 911 calls. Or,
Either way, the nearest OSA office, I think, is in New York.
So here again, probably wrap up the stream here pretty quick, but this is the supposed to be the Ideal Org.
Ooh, I'm gonna grab that
Yeah.
selfie stick.
This is probably going to get demolished. That's what
Give me a second, I think I left it.
that sign says. It's going to be a partial demolition.
Who knows how big of a part? We're assuming it's the little extension on the left.
Oh, is Keith gonna go to Kentucky next week? Okay, so you can look forward to the police getting called there. Although when I went there, they didn't call the police, but
Kansas City?
no, Kentucky.
Oh, you went to Kentucky?
The Cincinnati Org. Yeah.
Nice.
Keith goes here quite a bit.
Here's
They
your
always
sign
call.
back.
Oh, thanks. They always call it.
I will say goodbye to y'all. And thank you very much for protesting with me today.
Oh, no,
I
I
had an
appreciate
awesome
you
time.
coming out because it's so much nicer to have a second person, you know, with the camera. You never know what they're going to do.
Yeah.
You can't trust them at all.
No. We'll definitely be in touch about possibly doing this again.
Yeah, okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to shut this down. Make sure you subscribe to ScientoloGeek, subscribe to me, give us a like here, and then we'll email this to Holly, and she can put it up on our channel or put pieces up, however she wants to do it. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching. I don't know where to send you on a room raid, so just check sttv.space.
I'll be live at around 4:30 p.m.
Oh, okay.
Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to be on with Tilty Bird. We're going to be doing a little bit of art therapy.
Yeah, okay, so there you go. Tilty Bird and ScientoloGeek will be on at 4:30. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.